Hi, this is Magnar and welcome back to my modding tutorial series for Rome 2 Total War. In this episode I'm going to show you how to mod Mercenaries. Now, there are two types of mercenaries. There are mercenaries for factions and there are mercenaries for specific provinces. Obviously the ones for provinces can be recruited by anyone within that province, and the ones for factional specific mercenaries can be recruited by anyone in that province, but only by certain factions. To get started, we're going to open up our unit base pack, or whatever pack you're using, and add some tables to it. So let's open it up, go to the database, right click, add from pack, and you can see I've actually fixed the directory it opens up at, so I don't have to always go to it anymore. We're going to open up Data Rome 2, and we're going to add a bunch of tables. So for mercenaries, all the mercenary tables we could possibly want, we're going to get these ones here. Okay, so first off, we're going to get faction mercenaries. Where is it? Faction to mercenary set junctions. So we'll right click that, go down to mercenaries, we'll grab mercenary pool modifiers, mercenary pool to group junctions. We'll skip this one, we don't need this one. We'll get mercenary pools, mercenary unit groups, and lastly province to mercenary set junction tables. So right click all of those, then click OK, and they'll all pop up here. Save and rename them all to make them, to fragment them, as we do in every episode. Now, with modding mercenaries, we'll also have to edit the start pos. Just giving you a heads up there, that is also required. If you're not familiar with the start pos, I have some earlier episodes which introduce you how to do start pos modding. Otherwise, you can just try to learn as I do it. Now, the unit base pack already has the start pos in the pack, so I won't be adding that. That won't be a part of this tutorial. Okay, so now I've renamed them all. I'll save it again, and now we'll go through in order how it works. So let's start off by expanding this a bit. So first off, we go to the mercenary unit groups, this table here. What this table here does, it assigns a unit from main units to a pool of mercenaries. Sort here, you'll see that, sorry, a group of mercenaries. You can set a bunch of different stats here for that unit. As you can see, chance to replenish each turn, the maximum number of mercenaries, and the maximum number of mercenaries that can replenish each turn. Down here there's some... Well, that's interesting. This is a unit which doesn't have any replenishment. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do there. Put whatever units you want in there. Doesn't have to start with MER, as long as you've created it. What happens after that is we go to Mercenary Pools, and we'll create a custom pool. So actually, let's just do it now. So let's start by creating our own mercenary group. I'll delete all this. Okay, and we'll grab one of our units. Let's grab, say, this one. Now we're going to put that there. Let's clone it again, and we'll put that there. Same thing, good. Now we want to create our group. This is where the groups are created, so we'll just call it Rome for the. You can have a look here how they're naming theirs. If you want to name it the same, you can. Why not? So Rome, Mercenary. Now the top one will make a factional mercenary, and the bottom will make a province-based mercenary. Slinger, shoot. And the next one we'll do everything. We'll call it a which province? Let's call it province North Africa. Okay. I'm not going to touch these, I don't need to. So then after that we go to the pools here, and we can create our own mercenary pool. So let's delete all that, and we'll call ours. You can put more than one unit to a pool, but this one, I'm not going to make that Africa, I'm going to make that Iberia, just so they can have it on different factions. Okay. So let's create pool 1. We'll go Carthage, factional slinger, and Iberian province. I have forgot to look at how the. Let's have a look how the base ones are called. Obviously, I haven't got the same naming scheme, but that's not important. Mercenary. Okay, so they put the name of the campaign as well. And then, okay. So we'll save that, and we'll go to the next step. Next step being, we're going to assign the mercenary group that we created first to the new pools that we've just created. And you can see here, they've got a unique key which we'll have to enter. Your table might not look like this because I've just created this for the PFM. I've put it on the forum to be added to the next update of the schema, but at the moment these are all checkboxes, columns of checkboxes. So if yours don't look exactly like that, that's alright. They don't work anyway, so it's not important. I tested them today and it didn't seem to have any effect. So here we set the initial number of units available for recruitment at the start of the campaign, and let's just start by deleting everything except the 2 lines we're going to use, and we'll grab our 2 pools, put it in the pool area. Ooh, that's not right, is it? That's better. And we'll grab our 2 groups as well from here. Put that also. There we go. You can start them off with 1 unit of pop. Actually, no. That'll do it. Unit key. You want to use something. If you have your own set of numbers, use that. Otherwise, pick something above what CA uses. CA I think at the moment goes around to 66,000. So I'm going to pick something ridiculously high, as I always do, and say 1 million. Oh no, that's too much. Let's go 130,000. Of course, make them different numbers. You can right click on here if you don't want to number them individually. There you go, and it does it as well. Okay, and now we have to assign these pools to the actual faction and to the actual province. So let's start with the province one, because that'll be a bit easier. And we'll copy that pool for the province, and we have to find out what the province name is. So we're going to go somewhere in Iberia, and we'll go down to province here. Province to mercenary set junctions. Let's have a look for the Iberian province. I can't actually remember what it's called off the top of my head. Illyria. We don't need all of them, we can just use one of them. Tarraconensis. This is one which is this is a Iberian province, so we can use that. Let's delete everything else, and we'll just keep that one there. Save that. Now you can have multiple pools to the one province. If you want to add a whole bunch of different units to one province, that's fine. You can do that with like that. But I'm just going to put the one for now. And now we'll have to go into campaigns. So we've got our start pos for the main Rome. Click on the plus, wait for it to load up properly. So this is the province one. Oh, I didn't copy it, did I? Let's copy the... For this, what we'll actually need is the name of the unit we're going to be using. So we're going to grab that unit name, not the pool, not the group, but the actual unit's name. Then we can go to our... Oh, if that happens, just close it. Okay, now we can go in there, once you've copied that unit name. Campaign environment, campaign model. We'll go down to world. Because we're doing the province, let's go to province manager, just here. Province array, we'll open that up, and here are all the provinces. So the province we want is Tarraconensis. I have no idea which one that is. It's all kind of random, but you can see here the name. There it is. You can use the arrow keys just to go up quickly. So I'll open that up, and you'll see in the province there's a folder here called Province Mercenary Pool. Again, we'll open that up, and again, Mercenary Pool unit array. Drops down with all the different mercenaries which are available in this province. So we want to add the unit we've added to this province as a mercenary. We want to add that to the province as well. So we can select one of these, we'll right click on it and we'll duplicate it. Changes the number of the array automatically. Okay, now we can just put in here, right click and paste. Put it now on there. Now I'm not 100% on what all these values are, but I had a kind of look around to see what they were. And so obviously you've got your the unit name. This I believe is how many they start off with. The initial number. So if we want to make that 2 are available at start. Here is the replenishment rate. I can't remember what we had. I think we had 0.15 for that. I'm not sure if this even matters or if it gets reloaded. But yeah, this is what I think it is anyway. I think this is the maximum number allowed. Max replenishment per turn. And no idea what all that is, so I'm not going to touch them. I might do that 4 as well, I have no idea, but let's just use that. Okay, now I'll save that. Oh no, sorry, to save it I have to click out, of course. Ooh. I think it's saving something else. Just got to give it some time to load. Because I didn't save this table here, and I've edited here, but I didn't click out before I saved. It's yeah, I don't know if it's actually saved what we've just done. So I'll just double check that again before I move on. So, okay, it has saved it. That's good. Okay, so now we can move on to factions. So let's grab factions. Here is faction to mercenary set junctions table. Now I'm going to need the faction pool. So I'll go back to my, not my pool modifiers, to my pool to group junctions. And I'll grab the Carthage faction pool. Back to this table. And I'm just going to actually go down until I find the Carthage code that's already in there. If there is one in there. There isn't? Okay. Then I'll just have to delete all that. Put the pool in there. And now I want to grab the Carthage faction code. So I have the data roam 2 already open. And I can go to factions. Down to Carthage. Okay, save that. And we'll grab that unit again, as we did with the province, and now we just have to do it with the faction. So we go back into the start pause, compress data, campaign environment, campaign model, world. Go down to faction array instead of province array. Now we're going to find Carthage, which I know is actually number 1. You can tell by what's here, that faction code. Then expand that, go down to army array. Sorry, not army array, we go to faction, then we go to faction mercenary pool. Open that up, just like we did with the other one. You can see a bunch of units. Carthage in there, and we will add another one. Duplicate, so right click on one of them, duplicate it. Click there and paste. Start off with one available, that'll do it. Now we can click out, as I've just done. This will go red, and then we know we can save it. This kind of takes a while. Usually for me, goes not responding before it actually works. So okay, now I can save it and it saves quickly. The last part to mercenary modding is this table here, Mercenary Pool Modifiers table. If we go in there, we can see. Go pool type. What we have here is a cost modifier relative to the amount of culture, the percentage of culture in that province. And it also affects replenishment modifier here. This key is just, again, a unique number. So what we can do is we can say at 10%, we can, let's pick one. So we'll say for the faction mercenaries. Okay, for the factional mercenaries, we have pool type is faction. This pool type pulls from that one mercenary table that we didn't actually add. There are only 2 options for it, faction or province. And we can say, okay, at 10%, if our culture has if we have 10% culture in the province, then the cost of our mercenaries will be, let's have a look what I've got, 1.2 for 1, and culture origin match means that the culture, I think it means at least that the culture of your faction is the same as the culture of the area. Let's go without that though for this. Okay, so we want to have something between the 1 and the 25. Okay, 1.2 is for 1% and 1.15 is for 50%. We can go in between and go 1.17. As an example, we can pick a different code, of course, and say 300,000. And replenishment rate's a little faster, so 0.9, whatever. And we can delete everything else because it's a fragmented table, so that will make it added onto the end. And that's the kind of thing that we can do in that table. So we can vary the cost and replenishment of mercenaries based on the percentage of culture we have in any given province, which is kind of handy to do. And that's all there is to mercenary modding. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.